This late news development from the Channel 11 newsroom, America's Apollo 16 spacecraft is now on its way to the moon after a perfect blast-off from Cape Kennedy. Aboard the Apollo 16 are astronauts John Young, Charles Duke, and Thomas Mattingly. Young and Duke are expected to explore the moon's surface Thursday morning for a record 70-hour period in an effort to determine the origin of the universe. We'll have complete details at 10 o'clock tonight on the Channel 11 Weekend News. The programs regularly scheduled at this time will not be seen in order that we might bring you the following special program.
It's time for Dodger Dugout, news and notes of all the Dodger doings. Brought to you in part by Fuller Paint and your local Fuller Paint dealer. Fuller Paint, who since 1849 has painted the West best. Good morning. I'm Tom Kelly. Welcome to Dodger Dugout. Today, the Dodgers meet the Cincinnati Reds in Cincinnati. It's the second game of the 1972 baseball season, a season that opened yesterday after a 13-day delay due to the players' strike. But a season that opened on a happy note for the Dodgers at least, and pitcher Don Sutton. Sutton was very good yesterday. He pitched a strong three-hitter, allowed just one run, that one a home run by Dennis Menke. And with some fine relief pitching by Jim Brewer, Sutton got credit for his first win of the year. On the way, the Dodgers hoped to a 20-win season. There were quite a few Dodger heroes yesterday in addition to Sutton and Brewer, Davis and Robinson, Lefevre, Buckner, and Duke Sims. The Dodgers beat the Reds 3-1. The Dodgers got 7 hits, including Duke Sims' first home run of the year, while the Reds could manage only 3 hits, including Menke's homer, off Sutton and Brewer. Each club had 2 errors. The Dodgers started the game off on the right note in the first inning. After 2 men were out, Willie Davis came to the plate. Davis wasted little time. He hit the first offering from Jack Billingham, who was once a Dodger, over the head of Pete Rose and off the wall in left field. With his speed, Davis was on second base easily. And of course, that then brought up Frank Robinson, a one-time Cincinnati star. Frank, after a warm round of applause, then hit a 1-1 pitch off Billingham up the middle. That base hit sent Davis home to score the first run of the game and the Dodgers' first run of the year. From this point on, the Dodgers were never to be behind. The Dodgers have had pretty good luck with Jack Billingham in the past. In fact, they beat Jack 4 times last year when he was pitching with the Houston Astros. A note of irony to the game yesterday was that the last game of the 1971 season saw Sutton going against Billingham at Dodger Stadium, and the Dodgers and Sutton beat Billingham 2-1. But a 1-run lead isn't all that big a margin, not when you're playing a club as tough as the Cincinnati Reds and in their own ballpark, a fact that Sutton discovered in the second inning. Dennis Menke came to the Reds in an off-season trade with the Houston Astros, and at least for the moment he made that trade look good. His line drive home run off Sutton carried over the left field fence right at the corner, and the Dodgers and the Reds were suddenly tied at 1 each in the second inning. Lee May used to be the Reds' first baseman. Menke was one of the players the Reds got in exchange for May, and May hit 39 home runs last year. Well, Menke has just 38 more to go, and if he does that, he'll make the Reds forget all about Lee May. While the Dodgers tried to get a go-ahead marker in the 5th but failed, Willie Crawford hit a hot smash to little Joe Morgan at second. By the time Morgan got it and flipped to second, it was too late. Duke Sims had beaten that toss there, and the Dodgers had 2 men on. But they failed to turn this effort into a score. And so the 2 teams stayed tied 1-1 going into the 6th inning. And that apparently was time for Duke Sims and Billy Buckner and Jim Lefevre to put on the star role. And we'll look at their histrionics after we pause for this important message.
Dr. Freud might have had something to say about this paint. There's something about the way it pours and flows and undulates and goes on so smooth and easy, you almost don't need a brush. And comes off you in a splash. Your inner and outer walls are very personal things. They surround you and protect you, and covered with color, they can warm you up, or cool you off, or excite you. Fuller believes paint is very personal. And with over 1,000 colors, there's a Fuller color that's just the right feeling for you. Fuller Paint. Since 1849, painting the colorful West the best.
It was here, at the General Motors Styling Center, that Buick decided to build the extraordinary car. A car like nobody else's. It started with drawings, then clay, and it evolved to this. The 1972 Buick Riviera. For people who don't want a car like everybody else's. For you, if you're daring enough. The 1972 Buick Riviera. Something to believe in.
So the Dodgers and the Reds were tied 1-1 going into the 6th inning of yesterday's opening game. Lefevre made it a very close play at second, thanks to his running and a fine throw by Cesar Geronimo, the Reds' right fielder. The back-to-back doubles made it a 2-1 Dodger lead, and the Reds were never to get close again.